Look, there are some things when you start a new relationship that are easy to hide, right? And you can hide. Maybe there are others that you should reveal right off the bat. Kristen's got the email asking just that question.
Oh, this one's going to be a doozy. Hi, Bert Joe. I've been dating a guy for a couple of months. I'll call him Ken. We've been going out about once a week. Whenever we've gone out, I've always worn pants. Long pants. Let me explain. I lost my left leg below the knee in an accident a couple of years ago. Yes, Kristen, you can tell Bart that I'm a member of the Nub Club. Although my nub is a little more noticeable when I'm wearing shorts or a bathing suit or a bikini. My boyfriend and I are going to a water park this weekend, and I'm freaking out. I haven't had the chance to tell him that I have a prosthetic leg. He hasn't noticed the bottom half of my leg is prosthetic because it's always covered up when we're together. I've gotten pretty proficient walking without a limp, so he hasn't even noticed. I feel lucky to be alive, which is why I started dating again. He is the first guy I've dated since the accident. It took a while for me to gain back my confidence to date, so I've been hesitant to tell him about my leg. Should I tell Ken about my leg before we go to the water park, or should I just whip it out at the park? I'm really nervous to tell him. What if he doesn't want to date me anymore? I know I can't keep it hidden forever if we're going to continue dating. What should I do? Water park / prosthetic leg Barbie. FYI, there really is a Barbie doll with a prosthetic leg.
First of all, I don't think this email would go both ways, because if a dude had a prosthetic leg, a woman would notice within a couple of months, whereas a guy is clueless.
Yeah.
He has absolutely no idea whatsoever. So that is point number one. Abby.
Yeah, I think it's only as big of a deal as you make it. I mean, this is a part of your story, and if he's going to eventually fall in love with you, he's got to know all the parts of you. So I think before you just whip it out and shock him, I think maybe you should tell him your story. Tell him how it happened and how your leg got to this moment and how it's changed your life in different ways and how it makes you different, but not, of course, any less lovable. And if he's a good, decent human being, he's probably going to be totally fine with it. But I think any normal person, if you just whip it out with no context, is going to be a little taken aback. And it's going to turn what could have been like just a normal fun water park day to now we have to get into like one of the darkest parts of your story. So I would maybe take him out to coffee. Don't preface it as there's something I need to tell you. Make it a normal coffee date and just be like, hey, I wanted to let you know since we're going to the water park, this is something that happened to me and here's how it affected my body.
I disagree with you. I think you should go to that water park, and before you get in the water, just say, hey, I've got something for you to hold.
Yes, that's kind of funny. That's hilarious.
Hey, this isn't waterproof. Can you hold on to this?
I'll be right back.
I will immediately fall in love with a woman that would do that.
I don't trust these in the lockers. I agree with Abby on this one. I feel like I wouldn't be ashamed of this at all. This is probably something I honestly would have spoke about even sooner. Mm-hmm. But I just think it's a part of your story. I don't think you should shock them with it. I think you should just, you don't have no time to waste anyway. If somebody's going to stop dating you because of that reason, then I would want to get that out the way early because I don't want to waste my time with anybody who would do that. So I say you just bring it up and just tell your story like you would with any kind of scar or anything else.
Let's go ahead and establish this because we have established many things as far as when you're supposed to disclose them when you start dating somebody, i.e. kids, divorce, etc. So if you have a prosthetic of some sort, when should you disclose that upon dating somebody new?
I want to know these things soon. So if not the first date, then second date.
Because I feel like it's a major part of you, right?
Yeah. And the story would probably enhance my liking of you. Like, I want to know the story, and you haven't let it hold you back whatsoever. It could probably be a positive for me.
For me, I think that kind of thing is a second date conversation because I feel like that's probably a little bit more traumatic considering it altered your body.
It's heavy.
And I think also with first dates, it's just about like, do you like the person? And I don't think you need to throw out anything that might skew somebody to have some sort of prejudice against you. Whereas you just want them to walk away from the first date going, I really like this person. Mm-hmm. And then let them know a little bit more about you on that second date when it gets a little deeper.
First or second date for sure. I'm not mad at the first date if you're like, this is who I am, take me how I am or don't. But I'm also not mad if you don't want it to be the highlight of the first date because obviously you have other qualities you want to shine. So first or second date for sure.
I feel the same way, first or
second date.
So, but here we are. And so while I do love Bert's idea of, just whipping it off at the water park, I would go with Abby's suggestion just because I don't think in that setting, that's the conversation you want to have in that setting at a water park when kids are screaming and peeing in the whirlpool. So you just kind of like get that out. And I don't know if you even make a big deal, like even going to coffee might be excessive.
The Bert Show.